but if it is wrong, then the user loses a life. And then if the user gets the first letter, the user will also have an opportunity to get another letter.
Okay.
But if after getting all the letters and the blanks are filled, then the user will be prompted, kind of a congratulatory message, and then that's the end of the game. But if the user keeps losing and keeps losing and then runs out of lives, then it's lost and then game over for the user.
Okay. I think that is very, very um, fantastic. You did quite, very, very elaborate on the explanation, and it is what it is. So, can we have anybody that can possibly tell us? May they have like two persons that can have different opinion. Then, this class is going to be very interactive. I don't want a situation where I'll be teaching and just doing it alone. We are all learning, right? I'm not perfect, of course. I'm not. Let's have this synergy in working at this. But be rest assured, the next class we will be done with this. One of the rules in programming, and I must emphasize this, and I must say this clearly. One of the rules in programming is number one, don't write what you don't understand. Any code you don't understand, don't even write that code. Because when you are doing it, you are confusing yourself. You must understand why you are using this code. And I say that's why when people come for presentation like this, and when they write code and I ask them, why are you using this code? Why is this code here? You see, there is a reason. Why are you using while loop instead of for? Why are you using while loop instead of if? So these are things that you need to understand. Don't do it because it's working. It's working. Hey, thank God. That is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's bullshit. Do it because you understand the principles. Very, very essential. Let's assume now, talking to everybody. A client walk up to you and say, okay, this is the game I want to build. Where do you start from? Very essential. I will say this, and I've been saying this. I don't want the situation where I will graduate people who don't even know it. I want, if you finish this program, and they say, where do you go to school? Which school do you graduate from? I say it's OTS, by Scanner ICT Consulting, OTS Innovation. He will be proud to recommend somebody. So yes, go that place. He will not see the truth that he will not come to this OTS and say you will not learn anything. If you don't learn, we'll remove you and replace you to another person that is more serious. So that is the reason why we need to bring our time and no rest. So I don't say the clients are mostly night, yes, but project will be choking by next week. 3, 4, 5 projects. It require must do it. If you don't do it, you pay fine. If you don't pay fine, integrate their cohort to another cohort that are more serious. That's what we are doing now. And the fine, I will increase it to 20, 30K very soon, so that everybody will sit up. So people are taking advantage of our fine because we want everybody to learn. So that when they give projects, if you notice, right before now, some people are less. They don't even attend cohort meeting. All those cohort that don't attend cohort meeting, where are they today? You don't deserve all of them. We have only 3 cohort left, and I hope we don't deserve any other cohort. That's only what it is. So the next person to help us out, so that we can officially start building this. Okay.
Hello, good evening, Steve. Good evening,
Yeah.
other students.
Yeah.
Mr. President. Let me start from the start of the chart. That is the beginning. Then the next step is to generate a random number, which can be any random words, which can be anything. Then the next step is to generate a blank according to the length of the word generated in the initial stage of the
Mm.
program. So this will use the word generated. It will use the word generated and apply the length of it to generate dash, or should I call it a blank? But you can use anything. So it will correspond according to the length of the words that is already generated. So they will have the same length. And the next one is to ask a user to guess a specific number that computer generated. And here, the computer will now cross-check our algorithm. We cross-check if the letter the user generated correspond with the letter we are having that the computer generated. If it is, if the letter doesn't match, the user will lose a life, which means if a certain life is being given to a user, maybe let's say 5, it will deduct 1 out of it and keep deducting. If it continue giving a false guess, it will keep deducting. So at the right hand side, it will check if the letter the user key in correspond with what computer has already generated. It will replace that letter according to the position of that word in the word the computer generated. It will replace it in the blank according to the position. So they will have the correct letter at real position. Then if and the after putting the letter at the correct position, it will now check if all the blank space has been filled. If the whole blank page is being filled, then it will pass. If it's not filled, it will go back. Thank you. If it is not filled, it will go back to prompt user to guess the correct letter. But if it is filled, it will write a success message and the game will over. And at the left hand side where we have a loss of life, that means if the user gets it wrong, a life will be deducted out of the total lives given to the user. Then it will now check again if the user are still getting a lot of lives left. If yes, it will prompt us back to ask the user to key in another letter to guess. And if the lives has actually ended, it will give a game end message. Then the game will actually end.
Okay. Um, that's wonderful. I this is amazing. Yeah, this is amazing, man. Right. Thank you very much, the guy, for that wonderful explanation. There's this thing that some young programmers and software engineers don't understand. They don't know how to differentiate. Um, Last week, I wrote my MSc exam, and do you know what I saw? Boom. The first thing I saw in the exam was differentiate algorithm and flowchart, and I smiled. And then I differentiate algorithm and flowchart. Now, I want somebody to come here and tell us what is the difference between algorithm and flowchart? Because we need to know all this. Because if you don't know all this is, I know we call yourself a software engineer. That's the truth. All right, let's have somebody.
All right. Flowchart is just a graphical representation on how program is going to work.
Okay.
But algorithm is the step of step, the function, everything, how the step is being taken one after the other to solve a particular problem
Problem.
bit by bit until you accomplish the whole major problems. That is the
Woo!
difference.
Bloody guy. Going to where what do you call your what in musician there's glory guy. Who will help me? Which church they talk glory guy? Glory guy. Which church that say? Uh, Christ Embassy. Going to Christ Embassy. Glory guy. Glory guy. I'm the guy you try. It is what it is. Very simple. You see, I want to tell you that software engineer and software development is not. Now let me explain this as a teacher. Let me explain this as a teacher. Very important. I want to explain this as a teacher. Yes. All right. So if you look at here, we have a game, and this game, when a user execute the code, right? I'm looking for Byro. Okay. Okay, good. When the user executes the code, then we are going to have this. Let's say this will be in a list, right? In a what? Please, I have one hand.
A list.
A list.
A list.
So list will have different characters. Let's say we have Python. And then in this Python, and we have other words in that list. We can have more than 10,000, more than 12,000 in that list. And immediately you run the code, the computer will from here and choose different kind of words, right? It will randomly generate any kind of word from here. Then when the next one is generate as many blank as in the word. Let's say Python have how many words? How many length of words? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? More than that, right?
6.
Okay, 6. Now, Python have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 words. Now, what's going to happen here is that the computer generates blank as letter in that represent the length of the word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and word and 6. This is the blank. This is the blank that we have here. So whenever we reload this map, so whenever I have this map, so the word that the computer generated is 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you getting me? 1, 2, 3, 4. So similarly, oh my God, things have gone fuck. Okay, similarly to what we have here, then the computer, the algorithm will ask the user to guess a number, which is this what we have in here. So asking the user to guess what? A number, right? So they ask you to guess what? A number. So it's similar to what we have here. Then they ask you to guess what? To guess a number. Then in that guess number, now look up here. Immediately you enter the guess number, you are going to come up with this. Is the guess number in the word? Is the guessed letter in the word? The
In the
word that the
list.
computer have generated, which is the list. So you ask me if the guess number that you guess, let's say you guess N, is it here?
Guess letter.
Guess letter rather. If the guess letter that you guess is it in this Python among the list that the computer generated?
Are we recording, sir, please?
Yes, I am recording.
Okay.
Good. Now, actually, if the letter the computer generated is in the word, yes. If it's yes, then what you are going to do is that the blank letter you have here, let's say what we generated is P, and will now be replaced to what? To P. Now, if it is no, what is going to happen is that you will now lost one of your life. Then the system will ask you, have they run out of life? Let's say we have assigned 5 lives to our user, and the user tried first attempt and failed. What we are going to do, we deduct 1 life from the user, then we run the code back. When we ask the user, so what's going to happen here? We run the code back to this place. When we ask the user, please enter another number. So that means what's going to happen is that we are going to be running the code repeatedly if this particular condition is false. So they ask you, is the guess letter in the word? That means the letter you are guessing, is it here? If it is here, then what you are going to do, replace this man to the blank arrow. Then if it's no, might not deduct 1 life from the comrade, and also check if the comrade have any life left. If the comrade don't have any life left, we now tell the person game what? Game what?
Game
Over.
over.
Game over. So you can see what we have here. So what we have here is that have they run out of life? If no, then take them back to start typing a guess number. So the computer is not going to generate any other number again, but it will take you back to guess the number again. Then, if it is no, what's going to happen is that if it is yes, it will take you what? Game over. That tell you failed. You failed rather. Then we'll come back to the second flow chart, the left hand side. Is the guess letter in the word? If it's yes, what's going to happen is that replace the blank with the word, the letter. So this blank we have here will now be replaced to what? To the letter that you guess, which is what? P. Now, are all the blanks filled? If all the blanks are not filled, it will not take you back again, asking you to enter another letter. Exactly what we did here. We are going to look at the practical. Then if all the blank are filled, then it will not tell you win, right? It tell you what? You win. That means game over. I hope we all understood.
Yes, sir.
If you don't understand, please indicate and ask me question. So that when we start
Perfectly.
building, it will not seem, or maybe when I give you a project to build. We are going to build 3 games, like I said. You are building it in terminal now. Very soon, we start building it with user interface. We'll add graphics interface, you see it with sound and everything, and music. But now we are building the basic to understand. You see this project, we are going to advance this project. We are going to be even build models for this particular project. So yeah, you have the floor.
Okay, sir. I if the user input the first time and he guessed right and it is replaced, the second time he now guessed on that later and it's not found in the list. What the game is still over, or what happens to that?
Now look at what is happening here. if you run this code, right, is the guest letter in the word, is the guest letter in the list? If it is yes, then we replace this man. After replacing it, it now asks you, are all the blanks filled? Which is this blank that is here. This one
Yes,
here.
sir.
Is it filled?
Yes,
If
sir.
it's no, it will take you back to type another number. So when you type another number, this code here will still run again. Is the guest letter in the word in the list? If it is no, then it will now deduct one life from the life that we have assigned to that user. Then
Okay. Okay.
we will have another code that will ask you, have they run out of life? If the answer is yes, then game over. But if you still have life, it will still take you back for another chance until when you either win or finish, exhaust your life that have been assigned to
Okay. It's clear, sir.
you. Good. Any other person? Question? Questions?
No
Hello?
questions, sir.
Question, sir.
No questions.
Question, sir.
You have question?
You have questions?
What of if you are timing yourself, and then you got it, you the number you choose, you run out of your life, and the time has not elapsed. How is it going to end?
What
Maybe
What?
just
Just
elaborate more.
elaborate.
I said in a case situation where you are timing yourself, because I can see that in the game there is the part that you can time yourself maybe after 2 minutes to run the game, or you can choose the one that is on time. And talking of, what if you are timing yourself and then you do not exhaust your time, and then you exhausted your life. That means you already finished all your gains. So how is it going to be?
Okay, let me
Okay, let me
just hold on. Please mute your mic.
put
Ezekiel. Ezekiel. All right, thank you. I would like I will you preface what you have said. I will preface what you have said to confirm that I understood the explanation. Um, where is this? Uh, it's coming. I'm looking for. Hold on. I'm coming, guys. Just hold on. Okay, good. All right. So so what you are saying here is that if I understood you, um, we have a timer, and that timer in the game, let's say we have 2 seconds. You have 2 seconds to finish up your guess, and within that period, you exceeded your uh, attempt of guessing, right? So you're asking what would happen in these circumstances. Uh, Let me know if I'm in line with your thoughts.
Yes, you are in line, and the question is in two ways. The second one is you still have life still remaining. Maybe out of 5, you only need 2, and the time elapsed.
Mm.
This is the second part.
Well, good. Now, you see, these flowcharts, we didn't create provision for that. But however, let me still respond to your question. How you can be able to go about this or tackle it. Then what you are going to do, let me show you something on the flowchart. Let me quickly get rid of all this stuff. Now, what you are going to do is very simple. So look at what we have here. When you type a guess, right? And the guess, it will check if what you enter is in the field. If yes, then you check your time. Are you getting me? As if it's stated the time. If yes, then it that tell you game over. Now, if you come here, no, and you check, you have exceeded your life, and there is still time. Are you getting me? What's going to happen? If there is still time here, it will reset the game, either to start afresh. Are you getting me? Remember, you still have time counting, but it will still have time counting.
Yes,
You
sir.
still have life. You still have life. But your
Yeah.
time, I didn't even get the point. You are confusing me. Please come again. Come again.
Yeah, you are getting it, sir.
No, come again. I'm a bit confused.
Okay, I say, sir, your life has exhausted, but your time is still going. Your
Okay,
time
yeah.
still remain, but you
Okay.
don't have life.
Okay, good. Immediately your life have exhausted, the game ends. Game over. Because I don't life again. Unless you're going to restart the game afresh.
What if you still your life is still remaining, but the
If
time has elapsed?
yes, still game over. So it's very important that you work between the boats. Are you getting me?
All right,
You work
all
between
right,
the
sir.
boats. So what you need to do is that you need to modify. And you see, okay, this is it. On this game, you guys will modify this flowchart. Please mute your mic. Mute your mic. I appreciate it. You guys will modify this flowchart. Now this flowchart now, it not add a lot of things. Score. We don't add score. I should I leave you. May I leave the class for you? May I leave the class for you? What the teacher? You know, mute your mic. I leave in America teach. So they play now. So this is the flow chart we are working with. Let's see what we are going to do. Where we are going to start in writing this code. What makes a programmer is that the ability for you to, excuse me, let me unshare and share back again. I believe, okay, who is that? Yes, come in. You have anything to say? All right. So, there's another thing I did not finish explaining on that document. So, what we also want to do is that if you come to this point, let me clear all this. You come to this point where your life have lost, you have lost life. Before it moves to the next one, you should draw ahead. If you lose another life again, you should draw this one. If you lose another life again, you should draw this one. If you lose another life again, it should draw this man. He moved, it should draw this one. He moved, then may give you sorry. So now what what I mean is that, for instance, when you come here and this is equals to this, right? You lost life. Imagine you lost life. You lost your life. Then we should have this head. Then again, we should have this. Again, we should have this. Then we have this. Then we have this. Until when you sit here, your trials, then it will go off. Can we do it, guys? Can you write the code, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes, definitely.
Good.
We are with you, sir.
All right. So let's see how to achieve some of this, how to tackle some of these problems. Um, so let's write a comment. I want to be very explicit to ensure that everybody is carried along. So I'll be getting rid of all this pin here. I pin this in so that we'll use it as a guideline to achieve what we want to build. We are done with the pin, and with all due respect, Mr. Pin, it must. So we're also going to be leveraging on some of this documentation to see how we can go about all the whole factors. So let me visit repo, replay. Yeah. All right, today is the 7, right? The 7. So a brief of what we did in the 6, right? I think the 6, what we did is function, right? Function with parameters and function without parameters. So let me create a file. Fun okay.py. All right. So let me create the 7. I'm creating the 7. The 7. So indeed the 7. We are going to be working with a lot of comments. We're going to be working with a lot of comments that will help us uh, to have a step-by-step process on how to achieve our goals. So what we are going to be doing first is, the first one here is to do to one, right? So can say randomly choose a word, so we have randomly choose a word from the word list, assign it to a variable, right? So the second one is to ask the user to guess a letter and assign their answer to that variable. Then the control I. So all this. All right. All right. So let me enter next. So next should be 3 to check if the letter that we use in the guess is the one, the data that we want to generate. So we say here, we're going to say, we're going to check. All right. Okay. All right. So we're going to read all this in one by one. So this is, I'm going to call this step. I'm going to call this step 1. Step 1. So in that step 1, we have different type of steps to follow. All right. So apparently that is step 1. Now the step 1, can someone read out the step 1 for us, please? The guy or the many of you listen.
Step 1.
Okay.
Randomly choose a word from the word list and assign it to a variable called choosing word.
Okay. Step 2.
Step 2. Ask the user to guess a letter and assign their answer to a variable called guess. Then make guess lowercase.
3.
Then step 3. Check if the letter the user guessed is one of the letters in the choosing word.
Good. Who can put us through how to do this? This is English, very plain.
We'll create a list first.
Good. So let's
For the
create a
choosing
list.
word.
Word list. Word underscore
Are we
list.
not importing the module we're going to use?
Which model?
Random.
The random module.
Well, reach that side go import am. Abi one man leave the one code. Man leave am make e code am. One man leave am make e code am like 10 minutes. I leave am make e code am. We'll get to that list side. We'll get to that side. So the list I am going to add here. Let's say we have okay, let's go with this. Let's go with this computer. Let's go with this add fact bamboo and camel. So these are the 3 letters that we are going to do. So they said randomly choose a word from the word list and assign it to a variable. So what we are going to do is to randomly choose a word. So what we are going to do here is to choosing word, right? We have a choosing underscore word equals to, and they say we should randomly. So when we come here and import random, we all know what random does, right? If I say random random dot choice, and then I pass in the word list. Then we pass in this word list. Let's print this out and see what's going to happen. Now what happened here is that the choice would randomly choose any of these words and then give us a feedback. So let's run this code. Now we run the code now.
Your print is not correct.
Yeah, we have a error, so we shall going to adjust our printing. Then I'll get rid of this and then let's run this code again. Now when you wrote the code, I noticed that the word that the computer generated is car word, camel, right? Now if you click again, it will generate bamboo. If you click again, it will generate bamboo again. If you click again, it will generate avad. Click again, it will generate whatnot, right? So this is the work of this choice. So the choice here will randomly choose any of these letter. That's how it works. And the second step, I think we've done with the first and then the second step. So Chidima, read that the second step for us, please. Okay.
Ask the user to get a letter and assign their answer to a variable called guess. Make guess lowercase.
Good. Now, why are we making guess a lowercase?
So that peradventure the user imputes and imputes something other than lowercase. The lowercase function will automatically convert it to lowercase.
Good.
Answer, we can also use dot strip
Yeah,
for trimming.
yeah. To make sure that I don't empty space,
White
right?
space. Yeah.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Exactly. So, what we are going to do here, we are going to type an input called guess, right? So, what's actually going to happen here is that um, let's say let print guess, print guess. So now in this guess now, then I run this code and I have guess number. Put a capital letter OB, right? And then I enter. You notice that I have a small word, a small letter. So that word dot lower here does, right? Does lower. So what the lower does is that it will convert this OB to a uniform word OB to make sure that whatever that we're getting, either if I come here, either I load this page down and then let me write OB small and big letter, right? O, then so you're still going to have the same uniform result. So that is what the guest does. So I feel that I should get rid of this, and then
even if you mix it.
that I should get rid of this as well. Then the third one, the third one, the third one. Okay, Chidema or the guy, any of them that are available.
Check
Take the third
check
one.
check if the letter the user guessed
Is
is
to
one
check
of
if
the
the letter
letters
is
in
in
the
the
chosen
words
word.
that computer generated.
I didn't get this.
Is to check what the user typing, the letter the user typing against what the computer generated, if the letter is there.
Good. Now they say we should check what the user generated, right? Uh, which is the guests, the letter the user guests, right? And
Yes,
each
sir.
one of the letter is in the chosen word. Now, when you look at our code, I will see that this is the word and this is the chosen word, which the computer is randomly what choosing for us.
Picked.
Good. Is unpredictable. These words can be millions and thousands of words. Just that the way those people who are playing visual, you understand. And that visual is not by like you understand the visual, it's not possible. There have billions of words there. So anyone the computer automatically generate for you is luck. Are you getting me? And whatever you have is the same. It is what it is. That means you winner. Now, so what we are going to do carefully, like see, programming is very easy, but you need to understand the algorithm. You see, the way I write my code there, I use big, you know, Bible. Eh? I'll pieces it one by line by line by line. When I'm done, I understand how I want to build the program. Then I'll start moving into building my what, designing my database. When I'm done, I understand how database work. And the next thing is design and start writing my code. But I can, if in a night, I can finish the whole authentication, the whole project. I can finish it because I understand the foundation. The foundation is very essential. Then, so he said, check if the letter the user guessed. Now remember, the user is guessing a letter, right? And note that whatever this man is getting is not the whole letter, right? It's getting only this man. Are we communicating? So the man now,
Yes.
what the user is guessing. Let me comment on this. I want us to look this carefully because if we don't understand this particular code, it's going to give us a tough time. Now, what did the user generated? Camel, right? Camel. Now, the user generated camel as a word, not as a word, as a letter.
The
Are we
computer,
communicating?
the computer.
Yes. The computer generated camel as a word, not as a letter. As a word, not as a word, as a letter. But in our to-do tray is saying, check if the letter the user guessed is one of the letter that is in the choosing word camel. How are we going to do this? Who can help us?
For loop.
Good. We use what? For loop. Now let me show you how for loop works. We have, for instance, letter. Sorry. Equals to, of course, it's in a list. Skyline. Right? So this skyline is one word. How do I get each of these skyline letter? If I print this letter, I come here and I print this letter, I will have skyline. Now remember what I'm telling you, check if the letter. So for me to be able to get skyline, Skline as a letter, I need to use what we call for. So for L in letter. So what is happening here is that the L, like you know, is an empty variable that will move from here to here. So whenever this code runs, L will be X. Whenever it runs again, K will be L. Whenever it runs again, L will be Y. Whenever I run again, L will be L. Whenever I run again, L will be I. Whenever I run again, L will be E. Whenever I run again, L will be what? Will be the last letter.
So
Now,
you're missing the index.
now, what we are going to do here is that, let me just print
So
something.
you're missing the index.
Let me print something. Right. Now, when I print this,
So you're missing the index.
which index am I missing? I'm not
Letter.
saying
For L in letter 0.
who is 0?
0 for the index of the item.
I don't understand.
He's still using this as an example, not the actual program, bro.
Good. Now let have L, right? Then let come here and reload.
So you're missing the index. Even though it's an example, you need to add the index. Line 10. For L in letter 0, you want to calculate only for skyline. So you need to add the index
Hold
of
on, I'm
that
coming.
skyline.
I'm coming. Good.
You don't need index in there, please.
You don't need index.
You don't.
So try it and see.
Hold on. You don't need index. Hold on.
Mm.
So try it and see. Remember, you are picking
Okay.
skyline
It's a
from the
list.
array, so you need to
Okay.
specify
I
that
think you need an
Okay.
index.
that
Index
index.
here.
Okay.
You need an index. Okay, sorry. We are not going here. I think what we should go, I think, wait, let's try something. Let me try something. Just hold on. I think there's a difference between this man. Let's try something here and see on that computer generated. Okay, this is what I was actually expecting to get, but we can't get that because this is how it's supposed to be. Are you getting me? This is how it's supposed to be.
You know, when we're using the computer generator, we've already gotten that item
Okay, yeah,
itself.
indentation. So, yeah, if you are using letter, it's also important that you get the index of 0. So index of 0 will automatically
So
give you X.
not there.
No, the index of 0 will give you skyline.
Not there.
So
It's supposed to be
here,
letter 0. Yes. So we're just picking the
the first
first
one,
letter, the
the
first
first,
item.
is it the first
Yeah,
item or the first letter? Which of
the,
them?
the first item.
The
Then
first
now we
item,
come to that
which is
letter
In
0
the
is the
list.
first item.
which of them? This.
Skyline.
Yes, sir.
Skyline.
That is
Skyline is
letter
the only
0.
item, and that is the first item.
Yes.
Okay, getting the first item. All right, I think you are right.
Exactly.
You are right. So this one now gets the first item, right? Which is skyline.
Exactly.
What of the situation where we have something like this? We have something like this.
So for any letter, for any item we want to select, we must put
The
the
indentation
item index here. But in
index.
this case here, we have gotten it as choosing word. So if we
Okay.
replace the letter 0 with choosing word, that will be fine.
Okay. Okay. So I'm just learning this now. Every day we learn. You understand? I was thinking when you look inside this automatically, this will be able to get this what's they call it? Uh the random sky line, getting it from 0. But however, this choosing word is already doing that for us. It's actually what I want to explain earlier. But like you said, when you look from L in skyline, so this L in skyline, right? The L automatically stand for X. So whenever the code run for the first time, it will run as X. If you run again, L become K. If you run again, L become Y. If you run again, L become I. If you run again, L become N. If you run again, L become E. So that's actually what I was explaining. But however, in the choosing word here, we don't need to add an index, right? Now remember what he said. To do, check, we need to check if the letter the user guessed is one of the words the computer, one of the words in the choosing word. Remember, we need to look into the choosing word so that we can have this man individually. Are we communicating? So I can come here and say letter L in choosing word. That's why check if the letter. For us to do that, to check, we need to loop into this. Now, if you loop into this and then you come here and reload, you notice that the first letter the computer generated is what? Is what? Bamboo, right? In that bamboo, the first letter is what? A, the second B, the second is A, the third is B, the fourth is O, the other one is O, then the last is N. Now we are not what we are going to do to use our if statement and check if what the user gets, right? So we need to come here and comment on this. If what the user gets is equals to if what the user gets is equals to if the letter rather
It's
is equals to what the user
if guess.
are guessed. Are we communicating? So if you look here, if the letter the user guessed is in one of the letter in the choosing word. Let's say I guess N here. Now we'll check what I'm going to do to check if the L, which is the choosing word, the letter in the choosing word, which is B, right, is equals to the guess from the user. So what I will say is that we print this, I can say to print L. Then S. So what I'm going to do here is to put S. Then what I'm going to print is wrong. Right. Now let me rephrase again. So if F for L in choosing word, what is choosing word? This is choosing word, right? And then this is the choosing word here. As we're looping inside the choosing word, we now say if the L, that means B, is equals to whatever the user have entered, which is here. Then it should tell us, it should give us the letter that the first letter or the letter that is similar to what the user have entered, or else tell us wrong. So let's quickly comment on the print statement, then comment on this print statement, and then clear this. Let's run this again. If statement. So see, we need indentation here. We need to indent something here. Okay. All right. No. No, this is right. So why is it?
You haven't given any condition if the iteration is correct to the word sugar guess.
I didn't get it.
After line 11, you didn't give any condition there.
Okay.
It's supposed to have print yes. After
Ex-
11,
Question or
Yeah.
statement?
yes,
Statement.
Yeah.
it can be printed wrong or something.
Print L. All right. Okay. So let's run that again. And let me try to use something like M. Of course, we have wrong, right? That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Wrong,
6, 7.
wrong menu.
Yes, because the letter, what the user gets, the length is, remember, this will run 1, run again 2, run again 3, run again 4, run again 5, run again 6, run again 7. So if the length of the letter is 7, it's going to run this run into 7 places. That's how it's supposed
So
to be.
what if we use if guess in chosen word? That
Yes,
would be better.
that is okay. You can use it. It's okay. That will still work. That will still work. I get me. That was still
I even prefer that one. it won't have to iterate so many times like that.
So no, it will. It will.
No, that one won't.
Okay, let's try to use. Why not? It's going to. I get it. Why won't it? Listen, you need to understand. Okay, listen. Okay, let me show you something. Let me show you something. Instead of printing wrong, let me print the computer guess. The reason why you are seeing this wrong is because the length, whatever the computer is printing, comes in like this. It comes in like this.
Sir, can I ask a question?
Hold on. Have you seen it? So when you use wrong, so this will be wrong 1, wrong 2, wrong 3, wrong 4, wrong 5, wrong 6, and wrong 7. Do you understand? Because you are looping inside this man, not inside all this. If you are looping inside all this can only give you 3. Wrong into 3. But if you are looping inside this, because we have like 7 to 8 letters on this particular word, it's going to print those letters. But the situation why I replace this to a normal string, it's going to print those string into places. Okay, let me show you something now. Now, when you come here now and say, let's do something, learn, right? And come here and print learn. Then when you get rid of this and print then let's type something. You can see what learn are we printing? The learn of
Inch iteration.
This should
The
be
length of inch iteration.
Okay.
The length of each loop.
Okay, sorry, the length of each loop, not the length of loop. The length of what I should do is what the computer have generated. So what I can do here is come here, my len equals to. So I'll call this and then passing len. So this will come in here. Okay, let put it here. Let's use it for print. Let's use print instead. All right. So this will give you the length of what the computer have generated. So let's get rid of this and then
You
print
can
this.
put it out of the loop so that it doesn't print multiple times.
Yes, sorry. Okay. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's get rid of this. Then let's see. Good. Now, let me run this one. I want to use the F-string to achieve this. So using F-string to achieve this. All right. All right. So you can get clearer. All right. Let's put it. You can see that the letter is what? Is 11. So if we come here and choose, put wrong. We are going to get wrong into 11 or the numbers that the man have achieved. You can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why are we having here? We're having 12. Number. No, this is it printing? We're not getting. Let's get this out of loop. Oh, is it?
That 12 shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
That 12 shouldn't be there. Those wrong, they are correct. They represent like this thing.
Hold on. That length. Okay. Wait. Okay. What do we do? Wait,
Let's
I'm
take
coming.
it back to the initial stage where we gotten all wrong.
Just hold on. Just hold on. Just hold
So are you printing the length of the chosen word? You don't add len.
on. I think the len is what I wanted to print, not really the. Okay. Um. Oh,
So check your
I think
brackets.
that's sorry. I made a
You are still
mistake.
having two lengths here. The
I
length
made
after this
the
thing, you have
lens
to
should not
remove
be
that.
here. The lens should not be here, please.
Yes.
The lens should not be here. That was the mistake we made. The lens should be inside here. The lens should be inside here. Good. This is where the lens should be. Right. Okay. Let's try it. All right. We're having 12. I doubt. Let me move this inside. Um, choosing words. All right. This should give us the exact length. So I don't know why it's giving us. This is the maybe because I'm using F stream. Maybe it's confusing a little bit. So like I was saying, you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means what the computer is generating is what six characters. That's why we have this six. So this will run into 6 times. I did this of those who don't understand why the thing is having repeating itself. Run into 6 times. Because the length here we have here is 6. Any of the data that he generated is 6. That's why we're having the 6. I hope that is clear. Is it clear now? Is it clear now? Is it clear? Hello? Nobody said anything. Hello? Hmm. This network. No. Oh, oh, oh boy. No. My no be said our data don't finish. The limit. No, I want to reset this thing now. Okay. Now increase them. Mm. Okay. Okay, welcome back. My internet got disconnected. Hello, can you guys hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Impossible. Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes, Chief.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, my internet got disconnected, and
Yeah.
so my internet got disconnected. Okay, so I think uh, we've been able to get the basic of what we need, right? So I think we're able to check if what the computer gets, right? If the letter that the user entered and the letter the computer is in what the computer have chosen, then it should show wrong. Then if it's there, it should show right. All right, let's do something like let's remove this, and then if it's there, it should just get us the data, right? Then what I'm going to do is let me start. Let's try. Um, so I'm going to I will try to cheat. Uh,
Are you
okay.
still recording, High Chief?
Yes, you can notice that in what the computer generated, we only have E as the second letter. Let me reload. I think I've been disconnected. So you can see. Let me run that again. Let me run like A again. So you notice that what the letter I choose, A is there, but A is at the second letter, not the first letter. That's why you see the first letter is wrong. I'm choosing what I choose was the second letter. So probably this is what the user have generated. Now, if you reload this again and you come here and try to type C, you notice that yes, the first letter, what is there is what is C, which is this. Then the remaining there is no C, right? Okay, let's try and see this one that we have A two times. They run it and then they use A and check. We only have one. The letter that the computer generated only have only one A. We don't have another A again.
I try using R.
Yeah, let's try to use A again. The same thing. I'm trying to see if we can get the first letter. So we still get the old one, right? So if you try to use any letter like R, of course, try to use R. Now you can see R. There is no R. Any letter that start with R that the computer generated. Perhaps it has generated a different number. So if you also want to see what the computer generated, you can comment on this so that whenever you run the code, you can see what the computer have generated and what you have generated. Then let me type C. You notice that wrong. The computer generated bamboo. Why I am typing C? There is no C in bamboo. That's what we are having wrong. I hope we are all clear. We want to move to the next stage of the program. Is that all clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Any question?
Yes, I have a question.
All right, fire done.
Okay. What I want to ask is that the line 11, if guess in L, I believe we can use it without even using for loop. Can it still work?
No, it can't work.
Without using for loop, something like if guess in choosing word instead of the L.
It can't work because what random is doing, what S what the for loop is doing is that the for loop is looping into this. Are you getting me? And then you loop into this and print this by letter, not by the words. Are you getting me?
Why I ask this is that I have something similar here, which it actually works. So I'm confused now.
Okay. What did you
Without
have?
even using for loop.
What did you have?
There was a certain words in which I have to check for a certain number like this, and I just make use of if the word, which is the letter, is in the word, which is if, like this now as we are having it, I just use the word if guess is in the variable of that total words, and it worked fine.
Okay, it worked very fine for you, right?
Yeah.
Of course. It's good to explore. If it work for you, it is what it is.
All right.
But for what we are doing here, if you use that approach, at the points, you may get stuck. I get me because it may get stuck. It requires you to look into those numbers. I get me. Now,
I do.
if we use something like if gets equals to, it's not going to work. Exactly. So
Not
okay, if you say
not
something
equals
like
to.
if letter, I'm coming,
I
if letter equals to this, and you use
No, that is not what I said, sir.
yeah, I'm trying to show you the reason why I use for is because I'm looping into this. So I'm looping it, and you see the reason why I'm looping into it. Because if you don't loop into it, if you don't loop into it, in the future when we expand the code, you are going to have a lot of issues. Of course,
All
of
right.
course. So as we expand, this is just the basic readable. Exactly. So that is it. So exactly. So if you use for if in if to so something is in, there are in some situation it may work, but with the more you expand the program, you find it difficult. I need to loop into that thing. What if you want to you want to print out a specific number? How do you know? Like, okay, so I want to print. Uh, I don't think in will work. Do you know why?
Maybe the index of the
In, I'm
number,
coming.
where
I'm
the
coming.
number is located.
In will not work. In will not work for this. So I say in will not work. What of the situation where you want to print the number the computer generated? How are you going to do it? Eh? You want to print out the index of the number the computer
The,
generated.
it's like you don't get my question. I didn't say it's going to work for this. I
Okay.
only want to know
Okay,
if
go
it's
on.
still going to check for the specific letter in such word. I didn't say we should use it for this because I
No,
know we need indentation in this to run the program.
no, exactly. So if you are using in, I'm coming. If you are using in here, right? If L in guess, right? And you are not looping into this to be able to get the list of the numbers, right? Now, when we expand this code, I'm trying to get a point. I'm trying to make a point here. The reason why we are not using in, and in will never work for us. It may work in terms of comparison or expression. Are you getting me? Checking it, compare it. Okay, if this is there, do this. What of a situation like I told you, you want to get the number the computer have generated, like what the user have typed and what the number the user computer generated, it becomes a big problem. There's no way if you are not looping into it to be able to know, okay, you are looping into it, and whatever you are looping into is in what the user have typed. You need to go into those numbers, into those words, one line by line, number, and then compare to what is there. If the number is there, it should give you this. But if you are not using for loop, there is no way you can do that. Only for loop can achieve that. You understand?
I
Like what?
understand. I
Okay,
do.
okay, good and fine. All right. So the next thing we are going to move into uh, another dimension of the code. We are going to like expand the code and then uh, we see how we are going to uh, So what we are going to do here is very simple. All right, excuse me. What are you going to do next? Next. All right.
We need to
Okay.
make the call to repeat.
Let's go.
Repeat yourself.
Let's go. No time. Because I will be wrapping up very soon. So
The lives.
okay. Let's go, please. No time. Let's go.
Maximum life now.
Is that?
Lives. Maximum lives. That's how many trial?
I'm coming. Trying to think, wrap my brain.
And
Okay,
we need to make the call to repeat. Continue with the repetition.
Okay, see what we are going to do. What we are going to do here is quite very, very simple. What we are going to do, we are going to start another to do um another to do I'm going to start another to do list. So here we are going to say so they have to do one. So we say create create an empty list called display. The first thing is for we're going to have for each of the chosen words. Good. So good. All right. Okay, this is what we have here. Now let me explain what is happening here. So what we're going to do is that we create an empty list, call that empty list display, right? Now for each letter in the chosen word. So whenever the computer print each letter in the chosen word, we are going to add this. So similarly with what we have when we are playing the game, right? Now we have this to actually display. That means instead of having run into three places, what's going to happen is that it's going to put this into three places, which indicates the number, the length of the words that the computer generated. Let's say the word that the computer generated is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? That means we are going to have this into 6 places. Are we communicating? Are we communicating? Let's have one heart, please. Are we
Yes, sir.
communicating? Now we
Yes,
now
sir.
check.
Yes, sir.
We now check if the choosing words was apple, for example, then display should be like this. So that means apple is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As we have noticed when we are testing the other game. So if it generated like 5 words and the length of that word is 5, you should be able to have this into 5 places. Is that way understood?
Yes, sir.
Good. Perfect. So let's go to the second to-do list. The second to-do list. Then we now move to the third to-do list. We are going to follow it step by step. So what we are going to do here is let's move down to this. So the next one is second to-do list. All right. Let's see, a computer can generate for us. All right. Mm, okay. Let me check if what this guy is saying. So look through each position. Uh, look through um, look through each position in the chosen word. Mm, if the letter that position match guess, then review that letter in the display at that position. Then e.g. if the user gets P and the chosen word is apple, then um, display should be this. All right. So we read about this. So let me move to the third one. So let me move to the third one. Let me move to the third one. So to do, let me give AI a hint. To do what? Can you generate that for us? Possibly. All right. Um, Print display, and you should see the guest letter in the correct position and with um, with okay, then so hint, don't worry about it. Okay, all right. So who can read this, please? Step 1, step 2, and step 3. Who can read this so that we can start working on it?
Line 7. To do 1. Create an empty list called display. For each letter in the chosen word, add add an underscore to display. And then, so if the chosen word was apple, display should be underscore, 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 which should match the length of the word. And then for to do 2, loop through each position in the chosen word. If the letter at that position matches guess, then review that letter in the display at that position. Example, if the user guessed P and the chosen word was apple, so kindly scroll down.
Okay.
So example, if the user guessed P and the chosen word was apple, then display should be inside the list underscore P underscore underscore. And then for line 25, to do 3, print display, and you should see the guest letter in the correct position and every other letter replaced with underscore.
Okay. Okay. Now let's start with the first one. So it is very important that we understand what we are reading, because if we don't understand, there's no way we can solve that puzzle. So here it says create an empty list called display. Now you don't just create an empty list. You have yourself, why are we even creating empty list? We'll look into that. Now you say for each letter in the chosen word, for each letter, which is each of the letter in the chosen word, you should add this. Now if you notice earlier, before now, what we are doing is that in each letter we are writing wrong, right? We are writing what? Wrong. Now this wrong, we are going to replace, instead of using wrong, we are going to replace this to this. So whenever the loop is running, let's say what the loop generated here is bamboo, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we are going to have this into 6. Are you communicating?
Yes, sir.
Now, that is exactly what our program is telling us. So first thing you need to do is very simple. Um, uh, it's very, very simple. It's very, very simple. So what we are going to do here is um, we have already looked into our objects, right? There's a place we did that. So let me bring this man up. Let me bring this man up. So I'm going to bring this man here. So this is actually what we are working with before. And what I'm going to do here is very simple. I'm going to, so what happened here is for L, right, in choosing word, instead of using if, because I don't want to use if here, because what they said here is for each letter in the choosing word, you should add this, right? So let me copy this. Then, and he wants it to appear as a list, right? Are we communicating? Are we
Yes, sir.
communicating? Good and fine. So what I'm going to do, I'll get rid of all this. I'll say for L in choosing words. So if there is L in choosing words, what should happen is we should print this. So let's try to run that. Now, this is what we are having. So what the computer generated is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6-letter words. And what we are having is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6-letter word, 6-letter words. Now, what I want to do here is that for us to get this, we need to convert this to a list, right? We need to convert it to a list. And this list is what I want. I don't just want to use this list here, but I want this list to be a global variable so that I can use it here and use it anywhere in my code. So because of that reason, I'll come here and add display equals to what? Empty list. Then what I'm going to do here is to come here and call display equals to display um, display plus equals to, then I will come here and copy this here and paste. Then here we're going to print what? Display. So I think this will go through, delete, stop this code, delete, and then run this. Now if you look, you notice here, notice what we are having here. Look at it. We need to run this outside here because it's actually overlooping. So this need to run outside here. Run it outside the loop. Don't run it outside the run it the same with this man because this is a global variable, right? This is a global variable. So delete this and then run it again. Delete this and then run it again. Delete this. Then delete. So when you run, you notice that the word that computer generated is boo, right? We're having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. the same way we had when we are playing the game. Are we communicating? Are we communicating?
Yes, sir.
You can decide to
Yes, sir.
have this, but to have this, think this is not defined. So you can come here, you can define it by yourself. Of course, I'm trying to see how I can print this without uh, uh, right. Let's try to add arrow here. I want to see what is going to print. Alright. Okay, still going to print the same thing. So no need. So let's, if you are using like UI now, get rid of that and use normal design. All right. So you can notice that we have camel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, sometimes you can decide to give a hint for the user, right? You can give a hint of 2-letter words that the user have printed. So okay, this is the letter, or you complete the letter. So I hope we are getting somewhere. Are we done with this? Are we done with this?
Yes, yes, sir.
Now, I also want to go a bit advanced, because when you're writing in programming, it's also very important that you use shortcut. And what I want to do is that instead of using this, right? So what I will do here is um, I have to rewrite this code. I have to rewrite this code. I will write this code here. So I'll come here. I will have a word underscore len equals to then len then choosing what?
Word choosing.
Yeah, what choosing what?
Choosing what?
Good. Now what I want to do here is that instead of using for in, so I'll use what we call range. We have done what range is all about. We've done it purpose of time, right? So what this range means is that if we for instance we have for I in range, right?
Word length.
For I in range, so in the range
Word
10,
length.
eh?
Word length.
No, I'm
Word
coming.
length.
Hold on. For I in range this. Now, if we print this, can see that the range here is 5. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if I have 10 here, you can see here we have, of course, we are going to have 10 ranges. Now, what we want to do is that we want to use the length. So if you come here and print word length, what we are going to get, we are going to get the exact length of our words, right? What length we are having here is 5. So what is going to happen here is that if the word that generated is 5, it's going to be in range of that 5. Then this will automatically be selected dynamically, right? So use for word length, right?
Length.
So in that word length, then we are going to have this. I think this will will help organize and structure our code. This is clear, right? This is perfectly clear. All right, so let's do two or more before we wrap it up for today's class. The next, I think these have been done, right? These have been done. These have been done, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Good. So let's get rid of that. So the next thing we are going to do is the number 2, right? So the number 2, get this down here. Sorry. So somebody should read number 2 for us. Then get it done, please. Number 2. Number two. Somebody should read number two now. Don't have time.
Loop through each position in the chosen word. If the letter at that position matches guess, then review that letter in the display at that position. Example, if the user guessed P and the chosen word was apple, then display should be inside the list underscore P P underscore underscore.
Wow. Don't hang you. So let me read that very well. Look through each. Can somebody help us out? Can somebody help us out? Anybody?
All right. Well, what he was saying there was that we should look through we should look through the words,
Each
choosing
position.
word,
Okay.
and
Okay.
see,
Okay.
yes,
Position
and
by
check,
index, right? Is it position by index?
yes, and check
Okay.
the exact letter
Index.
if is in the
With
word and the index.
hold
Then
on.
we are putting that word that letter in the same
Hold
position.
on.
We are displaying
Okay. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I think I'm
it
grasping
in
now.
the same position we found it in the word. So we have to display it at the same exact position.
Okay. Look through each position in the guess. Okay. The position you have to do with index now. Position one, position two, position three, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Sir,
Okay.
we
Let's
have done
say,
this.
let's say if the length, if the length is 5, we should loop into that 5 and get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
No, sir. What we are saying is that if you are checking for a specific number, if the length is 5, and we are checking for a particular letter in that 5
Yes, we
letter
loop
words,
into that length
the
now.
position we found, the position we have that letter should be the position we are going to display.
You have to loop in, you have to loop first now. There's no way you can get the position without looping
Yes,
into now.
that
You
is what I'm
understand?
saying. After looking at the exact position
Yes.
we find the letter is
Okay.
where we are going to display it.
Okay. 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 And then we'll now check if the letter at that position matches the guess. Then review the number, right?
Yes,
Review the letter
yes,
and
yes,
display at the position.
at that same position.
Position. And okay, I grab now. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is that we're going to use range because so what range does for us is that for let's say pause in pause in uh pause in range range. So for pause in range, so if we are having this, let's say this range is 5. Let's see what we are going to have here. So let's print pause first. So let's print pause. So yeah, let's print pause. So what I think what is happening here is that remember when we printed this is giving us number. This can only give us numbers, right? And it can only range in numbers. Let's say we understand how range works. I've emphasized about range several times. So let's assume this is a number. So whatever the user is, the computer is generating, we convert it to length to get the total length of that number. Let's say what it generated is apple. So what we are going to do is that apple is about apple, right? Right? So we have about 5 or 6 words, if I'm not mistaken. So this will loop into that 6 words and give us the number. So let me get rid of this, and stop this. So that we can understand what I'm talking about here. So okay, let me comment on this because I'm not started using the guess. Comment on it so that stop this. So let's get now you can see we have the range here, right? So if you notice here, the pause is giving us the length of the choosing number. Are we communicating? So the length of the choosing number here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is giving us 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is the 0. We'll make it 7. Are you guys getting the point now? He said we should look through the each position in the choosing word. So the position in those position in the choosing word, like indentation, this is 0 to what? To 1. Remember, indentation is still 0 to what? To the index number. So if you come here now, the first one here is A is 0, right? Arrow is what? Arrow is what?
1,
D is what?
2.
Good. Now, what we are going to do, let's listen attentively. Now, he said we should look through each position in the word, right? Now, check if the letter at that position matches the guess number. So it's very simple, very, very simple, very, very simple, right? Very, very simple. Remember, this is giving us numbers, right? So this will give us something like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, blah, 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 right? Are we together?
Yeah.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Good. So what we are going to do here is very simple. What we are going to do here is very simple. We say words letter equals to, we call the choosing number, and then passing the number based on the array. So if the number that we called, okay, then let's print this. Let's just print this now. Let's print this so that we'll get to understand more better what letter. Then let's also print this as well. Let's print pause. This also gives us what we are getting. Let's delete this, then print. Good and fine. Now, let's make it more descriptive. Position is okay. Let's delete this. Let's run it. Now you can see the position is what what does the computer generate? What words the computer generate? Please, someone share.
Baboon.
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 Now in that baboon, now you see position. Position of the first baboon is what?
0.
And it's giving you what?
B.
This is it. Now this letter, okay, let me also do it this way. The letter is good. Good. Now, can you read this for us, please?
Position is 0. The letter is B. Position is 1.
Good.
The letter is A.
Good.
Position is 2. The letter is B.
Good.
Position is 3. The letter is 0.
Good.
Position is 4. The
Good.
letter is O.
Good.
And the last one, position is 5. The letter is N.
Fantastic. Is anybody that understand what is happening here on this code? Is there any magic we are doing? Don't understand? Why are we getting this? Please come out and ask a question so I can explain before I move.
If I say yes, will you believe me? If I say yes, won't you beat me?
No, why not? If you say don't understand, I will still explain. We are here to learn.
It's because I actually understand. I was only joking.
Okay, good. Now, if you look at all this position, the position is only giving us the number using the range. So in that number, we are passing in the position, which is the number that we are generating, right? And that position, which these words, choosing word is not number, but it is the list of what? A word from the lists of array. And remember, array, if you want to get array by index, you are going to use numbers. That's why we're passing this position as numbers here. So now what we are going to do is that we are going to check if this position letter here is equal to the guess number. Then what we are going to do is to display the position and then print that position. So this is what we are going to do here.
In uppercase.
Good. I think after this, I will wrap it up for today. We'll continue the class by next week because I don't want to waste too much time.
Next week is good. This is another week already.
So if if word is equals to guess, let remove this so that it will not confuse us. If the letter is equals to guess, that means remember the letter here is this, right? This,
Yes, sir.
right? So if the letter is
Yes, sir.
equals to the user guess, so what are we going to do? Then what we are going to do here is to
We
display
change.
this, right? We have to call this man the list. Remember, this is the list.
Yes.
Good. And we pass in,
Choosing word and the position.
because this is what they call it, the number, passing the number.
Variable.
So this is the list, not a variable, please. We call it a variable, but it's a type of a list. So this one is giving us, let me show you something. Display this equals to. God, I always like when I'm doing something, I make sure that everybody understand. That's why I always like printing. Let's print this and see what's going to happen. Let me comment on all the other ones and delete this. User guess is not defined. So let's go and comment our user guess. Right. Okay. So delete this. Then the user guess, I put arrow. Good. Then when I put arrow, okay, let's have something like S because it's not the same. Let's have S, yes, to help us passing some message. So let's print these two. So try to get, all right, try to have a display is not,
That apprentice is correct. It's not correct. Okay, he printed it 2 times.
print on top of print is, okay, this will not work because it's not a global variable. Not a global variable.
Call it as global in the loop.
This will not still give us what we want. This is still going to fuck up. I'm trying to see how I can print. This will not give us what we want. It will not give us. Okay. This will not give us. I'm trying to see how I can print this. What is here? Because this, okay, this is empty. So this empty, this will not give us anything. If it's empty, it can only give us something if it's equals to. All right, let's try and see. Yeah, let's try and see equals to.
R.
It cannot give us R. Let's check. Let's try see.
That is adverb now.
Display is not defined. So let's just pass in wrong. All right, get this off. Let's type A. Okay, because it's showing us that because it did not get anything, right?
No, in line 2, I think he's getting A back.
No, line what?
If you run the code again, you see the result. We are having one dash and the others
Yeah, because it's
are
not getting
different.
the reason why it's getting the dash because this man is empty. It shouldn't even get dash. Let's have like A again. Wrong.
You see, we are having 2 dashes there. It's like that is where the words are.
Okay, I think
This
yeah.
one, everything is wrong.
Okay.
We
It's
did
not.
not
We need to
change the
assign.
letter. We're supposed to change the letter. Assign the letter
We
ahead.
need to assign the letter. Yes. So yeah, you're right. We need to assign the letter. Exactly. So we need to assign. So the letter now, guys, the letter is what contain our choosing words. Are you getting me? And the position, right? So it compare if the letter, which is what is is equals to this, then it should assign this our global variable here, which is empty. It should assign the position and then a position of whatever that we are getting from here, and then assign it equals to this letter. So this position, now this one will give us letter. Why this one will give us position? We will get the position through the letter exactly. So that's what's going to happen. To
So
let's
I guess we can even combine both of them under one range loop.
I didn't get.
You know, earlier we are having one loop for the length of the words.
Yes.
We can perform every operation under that loop instead of creating it
No,
differently.
no, we need to make it, let it look very simple.
Okay.
Then it has to be very simple, because if not simple, some people will not understand.
Okay, sir. I
Even
got
now,
that.
some people don't,
I
they
got
are
that.
not understanding.
I got that now.
So, so what we are going to do here is, what is happening here is that no need to save this in a variable. So what's happening here is that this is going to return if the card or the letter here is equals to the chosen word, right? If what the computer generated and the position is equal to the chosen word, so what we are going to do, come back here because it's a global variable, and then we'll print back that.
You did not return, sir. You did not return.
I don't need to return anything. It's not a function now.
Oh,
This man, I already have it as a global variable. Yeah.
Okay.
I already have it as a global variable. So because I'm going to be using inside. The reason why I'm using a global, I'm going to use it inside my loop and if statement, because those words are, any variable inside there is not global, it's local. So you can only use it inside that function. I get me. You cannot use it outside that function. So let's print this and see what's going to happen. So let me delete, and then run. Oh, damn. All right, let's run this. So I have A. You can see A has been replaced, right?
Right.
So we only have
We only
one
have
A. So one
so
A.
one
A
A.
as the second letter, not as the first letter. So when you come up, you can see A as the second letter. Now, so some people may be a bit confused. So let me comment on this, and also comment on this. I have to wrap it up here for the night. So let me put like A. If you notice that A is the first letter. Now, listen, please. What the computer generated is what we call bamboo, right? So A here is the first letter. Now, where is A here? Is the second letter, right? 0, A, 0, right? And then 1 is A. Sorry, 1 is what? 1 is what? A. This is it. Why 0 is B? So that's why you are having what? A here, because it's having what? 1. Position 1. That's why it's in position 1. Are we communicating? Then if you have 2 now, which is B, 2 in position B, then if you try to run another one again, it goes on and goes on and goes on. So that is what the application is all about. I think we started from 0 and then we moved a bit advanced, a bit the one that's a bit advanced and a bit confusing. So of course, if we go through the documentation that we did, of course we are going to scale through. The thing is that understand whatever you are doing. Even if you don't understand, copy this code and send to AI to interpret line by line for you. It's going to interpret that code line by line for you. Definitely you will understand. Leverage on AI. It will help you grow. It will help you learn more. You understand? So time has gone when you don't know something and you don't know it. Go to AI. I can even go to ChatGTP now, and I'll go to ChatGTP, copy this code. Please, somebody is interjecting. I'll go to ChatGTP and say, and open ChatGTP, and then I'll come to ChatGTP and say, ChatGTP is asking me to verify. Also, not ask me to log in again. Because I don't have that strength. Say hi. Hello. I have a Python code. Please mute your mic now, okay?
Mr. Daniel, kindly mute your mic, abeg.
Okay, Daniel, a big now. Senior man. Now, 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 look at what happened. You said, oh, come, who is moderating this class now? Daniel, now let me consult you for your head.
Mr. Daniel, mute your mic now.
Come, president need to appoint somebody. Even if he knows no go dey class here, may you appoint somebody, may person dey regulate this class. I don't want I'm teaching somebody interjecting me. Now, he say for pause in range, this line create a loop that iterates from 0 to word length. The variable pause takes each integer a value in the range one by one. This is useful for later issue, blah 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 blah. You can even say explain further. If it all true, you will understand all this from A to Z. You understand all this code from A to Z. So read and you understand, unless you are not reading. If you don't read, there is no way you can understand. That is the truth. You must read and read and read and read.